Israeli forces have killed Northern Gaza's only orthopaedic surgeon. Dr Saeed Jouda was travelling in an ambulance with medical supplies between Kamal Adwan and al-Awda hospitals when an Israeli drone opened fire on the vehicle. This video shows the doctor pronouncing the death of his nephew in November. Palestinian media reports his 24-year-old son was also killed last week while trying to rescue family members trapped under the rubble of a bombed-out building in Jabalia. Northern Gaza has been under Israeli siege for 70 days, with tens of thousands of Palestinians deprived of food, water and medicine. Israeli troops have repeatedly attacked doctors and health workers across Gaza, killing more than 1,000 of them since October last year. According to Gaza's Ministry of Health, soldiers have detained at least 350 others. The United Nations says Israeli forces have attacked healthcare facilities more than 1,100 times in just over a year. Well, I'm joined by Dr Eid Sabbah, who's the Director of Nursing at Kamal Adwan Hospital in Northern Gaza. He joins me on the phone from that part of the Strip. Dr Sabbah, welcome to Al Jazeera. Thank you for being able to speak to us. Firstly, could you walk us through what you know about the killing of Dr Saeed Jouda? As I reported there, the only orthopaedic specialist in the whole of Northern Gaza right now.
Yes, this is true. Dr Saeed Jouda, the only orthopedics in Northern Gaza, he was on his way from Kamal Adwan Hospital to al-Awda Hospital in order to see one of the wounded people there for some medical help and to have a surgery for this patient in al-Awda Hospital. After he walked like a good distance from the hospital, the quadcopter has attacked him and targeted him, and I am sure that they know exactly who is there on the road. He is in his medical uniform, and they know that he is a doctor. So they targeted him directly and they shot him in the head, and he lost his life immediately to be one of the victims of this crazy war against the health people, the ambulances, the wounded people, and all other things that have been targeted always in Northern Gaza. He was on his feet because we don't have one single ambulance, we don't have one single truck from the civil defense. So he walked on his feet to rescue a patient, a wounded, but the occupation killed him on the spot on his head.
Dr Sabbah, as you say, the reason why he was on the road between these hospitals at the time he was killed was precisely because of the immense shortage of medical staff. I mean, what does his killing now mean for the people of Gaza?
Since 3 days ago, the World Health Organization is trying to enter into Northern Gaza and to help with some medical supplies and some medical help and fuel, but the occupation forces have prevented the WHO for the third successive time from entering Northern Gaza. And the Kamal Adwan Hospital has no water now, has no electricity now, because the generations are not working. The fuel tanks have no fuel. The hospital is without oxygen because the oxygen station is not working, and when it works in a very primitive way, and we have hundreds of patients in the hospital. This is a big crime committed against the health system in Gaza and in Kamal Adwan Hospital, and the very modern world must do the best to keep the services done in Northern Gaza.
Since the start of Israel's war on Gaza, we understand, as already mentioned, more than 1,000 healthcare workers have been killed, hundreds have been detained, ambulances and medical equipment destroyed. How would you describe the ability of what's left of the health facilities and the medical staff in Gaza now to be able to continue offering life-saving care.
I cannot say at all that the services being given to the wounded and patient people in Gaza is nothing but a miracle. We don't know how can we offer the medical services to the people in these circumstances, in the lack of medical doctors and within the shortage of medical supplies and medicines.
Dr. Eid Sabbah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's been really important to hear your thoughts. We have to unfortunately leave our conversation there. But thank you for joining us on Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.